think that Disney fairy tales kind of paint that picture of unconditional love, quote unquote?
No,
100%.
in a way.
Here, we'll start
In a
with you.
way.
Yeah,
Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I grew up a tomboy, so I ain't really watched some Disney movies. I never really fucked with the fairy tale ending. Like, my goal was never to get married. Like, you know how people be like, oh, I know what I want to do for my wedding, growing up and shit. I never cared about that.
you don't want any of that, and even to this day, you kind of don't still.
Um, no, I don't.
You don't?
No.
That's good
I'm
enough.
gonna be
So
honest.
this could be like based. It just doesn't have to be Disney fairy tales. It could be media in general. 'Cause
Yeah,
we
yeah.
hear the terminology unconditional love quite a bit.
So do you think the media or Disney, is pushing it on? What do you think?
I do think there are a lot of people who are looking for that fairy tale love. I will say, yes, girl, I know what I'm doing in my wedding. But I don't think that there's a fairy tale ending for everybody. Not everybody wants that.
Yeah.
So, hey.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're lying to us. What about you?
I planned my wedding since I was like 7, so
100%.
I'm one of those.
You
But
falling
it's
for the
just-
fairy tale?
It's just because I've always had a thing for dresses and fashion and clothes, so I just kind of pre-planned it.
Okay.
Not, and then the man will come, but the wedding's already done.
Oh, okay.
Okay, purr.
What about you?
I'm gonna say no. I don't think Disney is pushing a fairy tale. I think it's all about perception. You can't really blame Disney for how you perceive the movie.
Yeah, I could see that kind of too. But I mean, kids are
I
impressionable,
ain't
so
gonna
remember
lie,
that.
though.
Kids are very impressionable. What about
So
you?
What is it? What is the question?
So,
about?
do you think Disney and the media kind of pushes this idea that unconditional love is a real thing?
Disney or media.
It's like it's unconditional at points. It's not always unconditional. Like the little fairy tale part.
Mm-hmm.
It's sometimes it'll be a fairy tale, sometimes it's not a fairy tale.
Yeah. So I just feel like Disney doesn't portray that though. Like they truly portray like the perfect Prince Charming. You're gonna find this, and it's very dangerous. Like it's dangerous for the women to like sit there and hope that for that. It's also dangerous for the men too because that's how you have these simp dudes sitting there giving gifts and doing all this shit for girls that don't give a fuck about them. It goes both ways. It goes both ways though. I'm not gonna say it's just men or women.
Right.
I
Why do
will
you have to
say
be a simp to
though-
give gifts?
Huh?
Well,
Why do you
like,
have-
For a guy, so a simp is just somebody that gives without receiving anything in return. So like a simp is just those guys.
But
You know
are
the guys I'm
not
talking
supposed
about.
to be giving gifts to not
Are you
expect
giving-
anything in
Well, no, it's just
return?
about to be. It just should be equal. Like if you're because I know you know what I'm talking about. Those guys that sit there and give way too much.
It sounds like you be giving gifts to get something in return. I
No,
don't
no,
know.
no. It's just I'm talking specifically about the type of men that give way too much. And you know what I'm. Stop playing dumb. You know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
I do
You
know
know,
what you're
you
talking
know exactly what I'm talking about. There's those guys that give way too much and get nothing. Like, don't get me wrong. They might
What
be a
if that-
40-year-old millionaire
Hold
that doesn't
on,
care,
But what
but
if that's their kink?
that's not anybody's kink to get taken advantage of. That is it's
but
nobody's
there
kink.
is.
No, no,
though.
those guys are guys that have mental health issues and they're just
No,
very
wait,
Why you
happy.
gotta blame it on
So
mental
what-
health?
Because they do. Those guys are seriously like they need help really bad, and they're just giving away all their money to a girl because they have nothing else in their life. They're very
It
alone.
ain't tricking if you got it, baby.
But
I mean,
Sergio,
it
it's,
ain't
it's very
if you
shameful.
got it.
Still, it's still very fucking shameful.
Hey,
but
but you
going to
listen.
agree with you.
You listen to Future
because-
though,
Look, hold on.
and Future be saying he trick on women. So like,
So let me
Yeah,
ask
I
you.
really don't see what's the problem.
But my thing
So,
is,
so,
if
so,
you're-
do you
So
want
are
to date
gonna
Future?
listen to
Do you,
Future or
do you
no?
want to marry Future?
No.
Okay,
I
thank
just
you very
told
much.
you I ain't want to
just
get married
answer-
in
you just-
general. So
I know, but would any of y'all take Future seriously?
I would not. I mean,
Okay, besides her, let's get her off the table, guys. But yeah, everybody else, I'm pretty sure wouldn't take Future fucking serious. So who gives a
okay.
shit? It doesn't matter.
So
Like
what's
you're
the
just
difference
talking about a
between the
guy.
Other men though.
But you're saying tricking is okay, but that's a fucking lame ass dude to want to sit there and like be
So
like, oh, I
Future's
want to be just
lame.
like, yes. If you think that Future is the peak of like
I'm
an
not
influence
saying
for a
that.
man,
I'm
that's
not
fucking
saying that,
sad.
but like y'all niggas listen
I'm sorry.
to Future
I
and
look
everything
up
else
to
he
like
say.
Warren Buffett, like actual billionaires that like run the world and shit. I don't give a fuck about Future. Like Future can go and do whatever he wants, and he's gonna be more broke than the guys that are running the world. So I really don't give a shit.
Yo,
He
shout
can
out
do
to
that all the
Future
time.
though, man.
Yeah, shout out to
Let's
Future.
go back.
Let's come back a couple minutes though, because you said you just feel like these guys who are out here giving everything have mental issues, and there's certain things.
They're very
I would-
alone. They're very alone, and that's why they're doing that. They would not be simping and giving away all this money if they had a family and kids and a wife. They wouldn't be doing that shit.
But
They're
I
very
don't know.
alone.
The
That's why
ones
they're
who
doing
have
it.
families and kids
Hmm?
are the ones who do that.
And once again, those
Hey,
guys though, they're
Carter.
just they just want to have an abundance because they have the money to be able to do it. But that doesn't make them a good person. Like I'm not gonna sit there and tell men to do that. I give a lot of prescriptions out on this channel where I actually try to teach women how to be better, and I actually teach men how to be better. So I'm not gonna prescribe all that stupid shit, that dorky ass shit of
Right.
simping and fucking giving without getting anything in return. No, I'm very, very serious about people fixing the world, and you're not going to fix it by guys giving more to women that are already entitled as fuck, and then women fucking
So
sitting
what
there
does
thinking
Warren
that y'all
Buffett
deserve
do?
all of it for nothing.
Now,
Huh?
can I
What
say
does Warren
something?
Buffett do? Because I don't be hearing him giving away his shit to charities and shit.
He's
Buffett
actually
is
the
actually
biggest
very
philanthropist.
good.
He's
He's
the
a
biggest philanthropist in the
philanthropist.
world, and then on top of that, he's the second richest person in the world. So you should probably read a fucking book because that's a really big deal that you don't know about.
What?
Okay, because I don't prescribe to Warren Buffett. I don't keep up with other people in their fucking lives. I do with me, and I worry about what I got going on. It's 24 hours in the day. Why would I spend my time worrying about Warren
Because
Buffett?
if you want to become a better person in life and you actually want to succeed, you should
I gotta
probably look
listen
at
to other people.
you should probably look at successful people, or else you're going to be a failure. Do you want to be a failure your whole
First
life?
of all, how am I a
Unpopular
failure?
opinion.
You
I
don't even
didn't
know
say
me.
that. I said, do you want to be one?
You said
Unpopular
my whole
opinion.
life.
I
like,
said, do you
am
want to
one.
be one? Do
I
you
am
want?
not one, so
No,
it
I
doesn't
asked
matter.
the question. Do you want to be one? No, you don't want to be
I'm
one.
not one.
You
so
don't
it
want to
does
be
not
one,
matter
correct?
what I
You don't want to
do.
be one. I'm
First of
asking
all,
a question. Answer the
and I'm
question.
answering. I'm not a failure, so it's not like
I
you
wasn't
asking me-
asking you personally if you're a failure. I said, do you
Baby,
want
why
to
you
be a
getting
failure?
heated?
Because I'm asking you a specific
you
question and
yelling
you're
over
dodging
me.
it. No, you're
I'm not
dodging it.
dodging it.
You are.
I'm
I said,
not.
do
I'm
you
not
want
a
to be a failure?
And I'm not going to be like, period.
That's not the question. Do you not see, this is a communication issue that a lot of women have today. Y'all don't even
Oh.
know how to answer a plain question. I asked you a very normal question. Do you want to be successful?
If I am,
It's a yes or no question.
I think
don't
the
talk to me like I'm a child.
It's a yes or no question.
I already answered.
It's a yes
my
or no
answer
question.
is within my statement.
It's a
I
yes or
said
no
I am
question.
not a failure. So no, why would I? If I'm not one right now,
Guys, this
Why
is
would
what's
I-
wrong with the world
No,
today.
can
You
I
don't
say
even
something
know how
though?
to answer a yes or no question.
But Sergio, let me
You
give
don't
you
even know how to answer a yes or no question.
Let me give you an unpopular opinion. I agree with you. Because I have dated somebody who legitimately said, I want to give you everything and I don't expect anything in return. I don't care if you cheat on me. I don't care if you do this. That is
Baby.
a SIMP.
Yes, that's a simp. Yeah.
That's a simp.
Yeah.
So I do think, no matter how successful you are, if you're going to tell a girl, I don't care if you cheat on me. I don't care. I just want to give you the world. That's weird. It's kind of weird. Like, I don't really
He's
like
a fucking
you.
loser. He's a
I'm-
fucking dork. And everybody needs to accept that. If y'all want to sit here and fucking put these guys on a pedestal because they simp for
It's-
girls, that's fucking
I'm not
ridiculous.
gonna put them on a
Weird.
pedestal,
No,
but I do want to
you
finish
said
what
this.
I was about to say.
Yeah, what are you
I'm
gonna say?
not gonna put them on a pedestal, but I'm not gonna lump every guy into the category as if you are giving all your money and you're not getting nothing in return, it makes you a simp. It doesn't make you a simp because from my culture, men will give you Yo Gotti said himself, I give a bitch a check before I give a bitch my heart. Men are gonna give you money because it doesn't mean anything sentimentally to them, but they're not gonna give you their heart. That don't make him a simp because he's tricking off on you. You're
Okay,
probably
but
not
what if
giving him
This,
anything.
that is
What if he
totally not
gives you
true
his
at all.
heart?
No, a guy shows his love through his provisioning, through what he provides for a woman. That's great. Yo Gotti said, I guess our fucking influences in society are only future in Yo Gotti. But guys,
No,
let's
we
wake
never
up.
said that.
I'm just saying, let's
It's
wake.
reference.
I know
It's
that's a
never said
shitty
that,
reference though. I'm just being honest with you. That's a shitty reference because we're not looking up to Yo Gotti. And if you
We're
are
not.
looking up to Yo Gotti, that's a problem. That's a
We're not
fucking
looking up
issue.
to
Why is it a
That's
problem?
Because he's not somebody to look up to. He is
How?
literally somebody that
Why
just
would you
made a
say
lot of.
that?
I would like to.
What would make you say he's not somebody to look up to?
Can I answer that question?
I would like to answer
Go
it as
ahead.
well.
Oh.
Go right ahead.
I will say, me and Sergio kind of on the same wave right now. I don't look up to rappers. They talk a lot of stuff, but what are they doing behind closed doors? I won't say I look up to Warren Buffett. You know who I look up to? Kris Jenner, because she doing whatever she got to do. She put her kids in scandals, but she gonna make money off them scandals. So I just think that you need to look up to people who are really on their stuff, who's really like getting
But
their
how
money.
would you say he not?
I
on
just
his
think that
shit?
y'all taking the statements out of context because nobody ever said I looked up to Yo Gotti by reference to the statement. She never said I looked up
I'm just
to
saying you
Future.
used him as
I-
a reference though.
But you can't take my reference and take it into the context.
I'm
that looking
proving
up
that
to
your
Yo
point
Gotti.
is wrong. I'm proving that's how I'm proving your point is. I'm pointing at your reference and I'm saying that's why that's not even a good thing to look at.